71% of celebrities keep their relationships private to avoid media scrutiny. Beyoncé took this approach to the next level, shutting down Oprah's interview questions, and her response, "Will shock you blame Beyoncé for keeping her love life under wraps," when Oprah asked her about her relationship with Jay-Z in a 2013 interview. Beyoncé politely declined to comment, but was she hiding secrets about their relationship? Years later, she would go on to release her album Lemonade, which reveals the ups and downs of their marriage, with hidden messages to decode references to women he's worked with that came with all allegations of infidelity, the emotional turmoil Beyoncé endured, and her personal growth through it. The entire album's theme is love, betrayal, and healing. It just exposed so many aspects of her personal life that had fans talking about it. Even till this day, we know Beyoncé and Jay-Z are the epitome of a power couple. Ever since they coupling in 2001, it's hard to mention one without the other, despite their individual successes. In the music industry, all thought, the two began appearing alongside each other at events, suddenly launching their relationship to the public. They never really shared a lot of details about their blossoming romance. Everyone knew that Beyoncé and Jay-Z were kindling a romance, however, Beyoncé wanted to keep some things private as she started to become a household name, which included her relationship with Jay-Z, and that first became evident in 2003 interview on The Oprah Show during the show. Oprah asked the then 22-year-old Beyoncé about the rumors that were going around about her and then 37-year-old Jay-Z dating. Although the question was in the form of a statement, Oprah's tone was looking for confirmation from Beyoncé appeared reluctant at Oprah's Matter OFA inquiry, but eventually replied with a simple, "Yeah, however." This simple response was quickly followed by Beyoncé explaining why she doesn't want to disclose any more details about her romantic relationship, ultimately shutting down any further questioning from Oprah. She said, and he quote, "I don't actually talk about who I'm dating, who I'm not, because I think it's important that I concentrate on the music. And when you start talking about those things, they become bigger than thirst." Oprah responded in agreement to Beyoncé's choice not to reveal information about her and Jay-Z's relationship, saying it should be private. "And I wish if I had to do it all over again, I would have never mentioned his name's Beyoncé Hugadoa saying I love you, which showed just how happy she was to have someone in agreement with her that keeping her relationship private was the right move. Beyoncé's refusal to broadcast her relationship with Oprah and the world wasn't the first time, and it sure wasn't. Last, Beyoncé's choice to keep her relationship private with Jay-Z has roots in the way she was raised. Growing up in the state of Texas, Beyoncé believes her upbringing had an impact on the way she approached fame. She told Oprah Winfrey this in a 2013 interview. "Probably because of my mother and my foundation, it's one of the things I've always been connected to. I always knew who I was, and I never felt the need to do whatever anyone else was doing." Oprah then asked Beyoncé if she had trouble with balancing her private and public life in the midst of trying to stay current in pop culture. Beyoncé responded by saying that over the last 16 years of being in the industry, she has tried to only share herself through her music. Going back to her 2003 interview with Oprah, "I want to talk about what a pivotal moment in her career was, because at that time Beyoncé had just recently released her debut solo album, Dangerously in Love, which became a massive success." The interview also showcased Beyoncé's signature style and charisma. She even taught Oprah some of her iconic dance moves and defining the term bootylicious as beautiful, bountiful, and bounceable, despite her being so confident and poised. Beyoncé did talk about how in school kids made fun of hearers, and she was quiet and kept to herself for the most part. This may speak to why she has also likely wanted to not discuss anything Jay-Z, because she knew she was at the peak of her rise to fame and having already experienced criticism from her past. But also now from the media, it would make sense she'd want at least one part of her life to be as private as possible. That, or maybe she just wasn't sure if her and Jay would actually last. What do you guys think? Fast wording again to her 2013 interview with Oprah, which would actually be her last known interview. with Oprah, and it's worth noting that Beyoncé has been super selective about giving interviews in recent years. With her last major interview was with Vogue in 2018, but in 2013, one with Oprah, she opened up about her documentary Beyoncé's Life is But a Dream and her daughter Blue Way, who shared her thoughts on motherhood, marriage, and her experience thus far with fame. She again, though, discussed her decision to keep her personal life private still, and in a part of the interview, Oprah talks about how Beyoncé balances being a fierce, independent woman, but also a woman who loves and adores her men. Beyoncé responds by saying, "Absolutely, I would not be the woman I would be if I did not go home to that man. And it gives me such a foundation." Oprah asked how Jai helps her, and Beyoncé simply said, "On so many levels." She then proceeds to say they were friends first for about a year and a half before they went on any dates, and it's that foundation that is so important in any relationship. She then says it's so important to have someone that you just like and wait for it, someone who is also honest. Now that's quite an interesting thing for her to say, the honest part, because it is reported that some sources suggest he cheated on her as early as 2001, which is when they first started dating. And then, of course, rumors of Jay-Z's infidelity surfaced again in 2013. And then, of course, the elevator incident in 2014. So rumors of infidelity just keep coming up. And if this interview had happened post-2016 Lemonade, I wonder what Beyoncé would have to say. I wonder how different the questions would be. And I wonder if she'd still consider Jay-Z Toby an honest man. But hey, thinking on it, that is probably why she hasn't done many interviews lately, because everyone would want to know her thoughts. And it's likely that every interviewer would be questioning her about the elevator incident, her lyrics, and Lemonade, and all of the allegations against Jay-Z, like his alleged affair with TV reality star Casey Cohen back in 2014, his inappropriate relationship with Rachel Roy, his other alleged affair with Rita Ora, and let's not forget all the rumors about his secret relationship with Rihanna. And yeah, we know Jay-Z has since apologized for his infidelity, stating that he had to survive and shut down all emotions, which led to his decision to cheat. But that's not who we really want to hear from, though, is it? We want to know Beyoncé's take on all of this. Wouldn't you love to be a fly on their wall in their house? Lastly, I want to briefly explore her last big interview with Vogue, because despite having so many years off from doing interviews, she made a point to actually do one with Vogue in 2020, and her intentions for wanting to do so is because she wanted to announce to the world that she's slowing down. She went on the record saying, "I've absolutely changed this year. It would be difficult to experience life in a pandemic and the current social unrest and not be changed." She said, "I've learned that my voice is clearer. When I am still, I truly cherish this time with my family, and my new goal is to slow down and shed stressful things from my life." Beyoncé points out that she's been working basically non-stop since she was a teenager, and now that she's a mother of 3, she's realized it might be time to find a better work-life balance. She said to the interviewer, "I came into the music industry at 15 years old and grew up with the world watching, and I've put out projects non-stop. I released Lemonade during the Formation, World Tour gave birth to twins, performed at Coachella, directed Homecoming, went on another world tour with Jay, then Black is King, all back to back." She then said, "It's been heavy and hectic. I've spent a lot of time focusing on building my legacy and representing my culture the best way I know how to. Now I've decided to give myself permission to focus on my joy. This shouldn't be a total cause for alarm for the Beehive, though, because a Beyoncé at professional half productivity may still end up being quite productive by normal standards. And although she never announced any future plans to produce any more music movies or anything else, entertainment-wise, she does tend to make moves in silence. But is that because she truly feels like she wants to slow down? Or is it because she wants to avoid having to answer some uncomfortable questions about her involvement in controversies? Or better yet, her husband's involvement? Or maybe she just wants to politely tell the world to not even dare try her either way, will time reveal more secrets? Will another scandal surface maybe in 2025? Let me know what you think. I'm your host, Ashley. It's been great catching.